At the end of the month, we have a huge fight. Canelo Alvarez, undisputed at 168, facing Jermell Charlo, undisputed at 154. Yes, I'm foreshadowing what I'm going to talk to y'all about. That is my first pound for pound list in boxing. I'm going to get started right away. I have at number 10 the best, arguably the best defensive boxer in fighting. That is Shakur Stevenson, undefeated fighter. He campaigns at 135 now. He did work at 131, 2 belts there, beat Oscar Valdez convincingly, and we seen what he did to Jamel Herring. Just stood in front of him, so looked at him, carved him up, pieced him up. Herring had to call it a career after that, and I don't blame him because these guys are only getting faster, better defensively, and stronger. And I'm not exaggerating when I say stronger. Shakur Stevenson first fight at 135, he stopped Yoshino, and since then it's hard for him to find an opponent. Vasily Lomachenko said he wants to take some time off. Kambosos said the same thing. Isaac Cruz is ducking. He threw an offer at Devin Haney, but Devin Haney threw that offer back and said you will only get 25%. That's disrespectful for someone you grew up fighting with and knowing how good they are. That should be at least a 60-40 split when we're talking about money. But hey, Floyd Mayweather has been in the ring with Shakur Stevenson also, so you know his defense is only getting better. At number 9, I have a fighter at 130 pounds, the Mexican Emmanuel Navarrete. Yes, a lot of people probably surprised I have him over Shakur, but did you see the difference of how Valdez looked against Shakur and how Valdez looked against Navarrete? Navarrete destroyed Valdez's face. He couldn't see out of one eye. It was so swollen, and Navarrete looked clean, like he didn't get touched, and he was beating up Valdez with the loop-in hooks, and he's just a longer guy, and you have to look at his record also, 39-1, only 28 years old, and when he got into the States, he went after dogs. Right away, he fought Isaac Dogba, beat him unanimous decision, and then did the rematch, and then beat him TKO in round 12. And since then, that was in 2019, he went for 4 fights in 1 year. So I love his activity. He knocked out all 4 of those opponents and then followed that up with 2 more knockouts in 2020. So he is looking for the best fights. And again, I think that he is defensively sound too. Probably not as good as Shakur, but 6 knockouts in a row. Shakur hasn't proven that he can do that. And again, he's not as active, really high on Navarrete. We'll see if he can go undisputed at 130 because that seems like that is the norm now. At number 8, I have undisputed at 135, Devin the Dream Haney. This is a guy that takes risks. He went all the way to Australia not once, but twice. First time to win the belts, second time to defend the belts, and he put on a clinic against George Kambosos both those times. Kambosos stood no chance. Bad look for Kambosos. Face was super bloody both times. Swinging wildly. Devin Haney just made it look easy, and now Devin Haney is chasing greatness, going up to 140. We'll see if he stays there. He's talking about fighting Regis Prograis. I think that's a great fight. I think he beats Prograis. And then after that, hopefully we see a collision course with him. And the person I have at number 7, Teofimo Lopez. Reason I have Teofimo Lopez over Haney, even though he does have a loss, he has knockout power and it could come from anywhere. We've seen it when he beat Richard Comey, and we see how well he can do in big fights against Loma. Just took advantage of him in the first half of the fight. Loma did come on late, but it was too late. And that's when he won all the belts at 135. And then again, he went up to 140 and basically would have been for all the belts. But Josh Taylor, he was very inactive after that fight with Catterall. And then I think it was the WBA or WBC stripped him. So Josh Taylor lost to Teofimo Lopez. So Teofimo Lopez basically beat the man at 135 and the man at 140. So you gotta put respect on his name. Yes, he did say he was retiring, but we know that's cap. And in that fight with Taylor, he was doing the Matrix moves. He was showboating. Just too easy for him. Taylor looked slow in there. Teofimo Lopez was basically laughing in the ring, piecing up Josh Taylor. It was actually a great fight. And a lot of fans were not happy with Teofimo and his actions as of late. But after that fight, actually during that fight, he got his round of applause. Everybody's like, yeah, that's the Teofimo we all know. Because his first couple fights at 140, he didn't look all too good. Obviously, he had that viral moment when he was like, at the end of a fight, do I still have it? Clearly, the way you beat Josh Taylor, we know you still have it. And if we get Teo versus Haney next year, that can be fight of the year. At number 6, I have Artur Beterbiev. This guy's 19-0 with 19 knockouts. Yes, he has won all of his fights by knockout. He is a beast, and he's in his late 30s. So he is doing this at that age. Just a special guy. Now he resides in Canada, in Montreal. And look at his fights. He beat Marcus Brown, and there was a huge cut, huge gash on his forehead. Seemed like the ref was going to call it. And he knew that the ref was going to call it because it was just gushing down. There was no stopping it. 3-minute rounds are long. And he knew that time was ticking, and he got Marcus Brown out of there in the nick of time. Forced Marcus Brown to take a knee. And that's what happens when you go to the body and you go to the head. I love how Artur Beterbiev fights. He goes forward from the whistle blows, from the bell rings. And that's just action-packed fights all the time. We see again against Yard. There was a moment in the Yard fight where he had Beterbiev in the corner. Beterbiev found his way out of the corner by going to the body and then going up top. Yard had to backpedal. And again, Yard, his corner had to throw in the towel because Beterbiev, once he gets going, there's no stopping that man. He has dynamite in his hands. He has the majority of the belts at 175, hoping that he can fight for undisputed against Bivol. We'll see how it goes. But Artur Beterbiev, to me, most exciting fighter in boxing. At number 5, I have the $100 million man, Canelo Saul Alvarez. And Canelo, undisputed at 168. He's going to fight Jermell Charlo end of the month. And that is going to be a great fight. But let's be honest, Canelo, he is the ultimate downloader. He learned that from Floyd. And crazy to say, he fought Floyd and he's still fighting now. Soon he's going to get 60 wins, which is absolutely incredible. But we see what he does to his opponents. He breaks orbital bones, did that to Billy Joe Saunders. Almost sent Caleb Plant flying through the ring. We seen when he got that undisputed. That was the last belt he needed. He got the undisputed 168. When he beat Plant, yeah, he just does it all, right? He's speaking English now, which is very scary. And yeah, I could see him going to fight Beterbiev. I know Canelo doesn't duck no fighter. There was a time where he wanted to fight a cruiserweight. But yeah, hopefully he can fight Beterbiev because right now it doesn't seem like Bivol wants the rematch. I understand you won at 175 and now you want to win at 168, but why go down? Boxers should only be going up in weight. Going down, I don't really have too much respect for that. Go up, push yourselves, win world titles in different weight classes. That is what makes you special. At number 4, I have a guy that beat Canelo Alvarez, Dmitry Bivol, and he just has tools, he just has skills. His jab, one of the best jabs in boxing, if not the best jab in boxing. Canelo actually had no chance because every time he wanted to go forward, he would just go backwards because he would constantly get touched up with that jab. So Bivol, he knows how to just get the job done through spacing, through timing, and he does have some power. Canelo did take some shots, and Bivol, he has the combinations, and those combinations go through like 3 combinations going quick, 4 or 5 combinations going super quick. So I hope we can see him against Beterbiev next year. Again, along with Teo and Devin Haney. Huge fight, great fight. I think this fight is better. Beterbiev and Bivol. The ultimate chess match, power against timing and jabs. Nah, this is just a fight you need to see. Both guys from Russia. It would be a crazy fight. At number 3, I have the heavyweight with the majority of the belts, 3 of the 4, Alexander Usyk. He doesn't have huge knockout power in his hands, but does he get the job done? He definitely gets the job done. We've seen what he did to AJ, had AJ switching trainers. That's how bad he beat him. Seen what he did to Dubois. Yes, obviously, that was very controversial, but it was under the navel. That was a low blow. At the end of the day, it was a low blow. Say what you want. Yes, we see Tyson Fury trying to clown him. That was a low blow. And regardless, he was on the ground. You know, any boxer that goes to the canvas, it's hard to continue to fight. And he came back, dropped Dubois with a jab. And then dropped Dubois again. And Dubois couldn't get back up. So Dubois quit. Usyk has a gas tank. Usyk beats you with skill. That's why he is number 3 on my pound for pound list. Hopefully we could see him and Tyson Fury fight next year. Who knows if it happens? I know Tyson Fury is the money man and that's all he cares about right now because that's why he's fighting Francis Ngannou. But hopefully legacy means something to Tyson and he gives Alexander Usyk a chance because Alexander is an absolute technician. Number 2, I have Naoya Inoue. He beat Fulton recently, went up to 122, took his 2 belts, and once he senses blood, he is going in for the kill. Fulton went flying after Inoue hit him with the left hook. And yeah, that's just what he does. We've seen what he did against Donaire. We've seen what he did against Maloney, Butler. Naoya Inoue is a problem. Yes, we've heard whisperings about him fighting Tank. They're the same height. If Inoue could put on that muscle, that would be a crazy fight. But right now, he is on a 6-fight KO streak. And I don't see that stop anytime soon. I think he's going to try to find Marlon Tapales to get undisputed at 122 because he sees the guys that are undisputed and he knows he's on their level. I know he's on their level. All those undisputed guys like Canelo. And the guy I have at number 1, Terrence Bud Crawford. Listen, he's 40-0, 31 knockouts, came up to welterweight, fought 8 guys, knocked 8 guys out, and he literally sent Errol the True Spence flying out of the pound for pound list. The way he beat that man down, he's gonna beat that man down again in the rematch. Just has too much skills. He has power. He has defense. He has timing. Like, he just can do it all. He has speed. He has athleticism, the elusiveness. Terrence Bud Crawford, the #1 guy in boxing. Honestly, he's saying he wants to fight Canelo. I don't know if that's a wise decision, but he can do anything that he wants to do. He is that great. I do think he can beat Canelo if they fight at a catch weight. At 168, I don't think so, but maybe at 158, I think he can. But Canelo at anything in the 160s will beat Terrence Bud Crawford. But yeah, those are two of my favorite fighters, so I would love to watch that fight. But again, I can't harp on it enough. Terrence Bud Crawford has everything in the toolbox. Best fighter in boxing. And it's your boy Jayo Sto signing off. Please subscribe. Please like. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We out.